Welcome again to the new segment of Venezuela Insider. Today is November 6th of 2025 and we have some breaking news. Two Air Force bombers, B-52 bombers, flew just very closely to the Venezuelan mainland, and let's take a picture here. The flight, the trajectory of these two bombers. They really flew very close to the Venezuelan mainland without entering on the Venezuelan territory. However, they flew on the FYR area of the, you know, of the Venezuelan airspace. And yet again, this is another, provocation. Let's call it like this. It is a provocation. And of course, if you are following this issue, you know that this is not the first time. This is like, I lost count. This is like the fourth or fifth time. Last week, there were a couple of these incidents, and actually a little bit long overdue to see that again, see a similar situation. Those two bombers, Air Force bombers, were escorted by five F-35 stealth fighter jets, according to the specialists on this aviation military warfare specialist that I'm not, I'm a civilian, but still, I have to report the news. Right now, we don't have an official statement for, from neither side. So we're waiting on that, on the news segment on tomorrow. Maybe we will have some information on that regard. Now, let's go with what happened on the past 24 hours. The first thing, the most important thing that I can mention is the participation of the opposition leader and Nobel Peace Prize winner 2025, Maria Corina Machado, that she appeared on the American Business Forum in Miami, organized by the Adam Smith Center for Economic Freedom and the FYU University. And on this particular event, also there were statements by Donald Trump, Javier Milei, I think he will be appear today, and other celebrities like Messi and Will Smith. Yeah. Well, Maria Corina Machado spoke to the auditorium via, online, since she's on a clandestine position in Venezuela, and she talked with the mayor of the Miami-Dade County, Suarez, and she gave basically a speech. She gave like a 1 hour speech that explaining the situation in Venezuela and the possibilities for the future regarding investment and so on. We already spoke, and we're gonna keep speaking right now. This potential that Maria Corina Machado is saying about a 17x play in Venezuela. Right now, the GDP is on 100 billion, a little bit over that, and she is giving the idea that Venezuela could be a 1.7 trillion economy. That for me is too much optimistic. I have my expectations between half a trillion and a trillion, so I can meet halfway there. And also gave the speech on oil investments and AI and, well, several projects for the future. But the most important thing, she explained that she has a transition already, that she has the transition plan throughout already. She has it, on the sketches for the first 100 hours of the transition and the first 100 days. Focusing more on, of course, rule of law, security, and the legal framework in order to enhance investments in the country. Well, let's see what happens. Also, she spoke about geopolitical affairs that we are not going to address today. The most important thing is, the business side. That's what we like to focus here on this platform. Also, we have a couple of other business news, financial news. The first thing is keeping up with yesterday. We mentioned that Telefónica, the Spaniard juggernaut on communications that has a significant presence in Venezuela, is flat out ceasing their operations and they are selling their participation via Movistar. Movistar is the company of Telefónica in Venezuela. That's the most important private communication company in the country. They are selling their participation. Still, we don't know to who, but still, I think it's a good deal for everyone involved. The people that are gonna purchase these particular operations in Venezuela. Now, the reasons why they are selling, according to the company, the CEO, is that they are gonna stop focusing on Latin America. They are selling their participations in other countries like in Chile, and they are gonna concentrate more in countries like the UK. Okay. Other good news regarding business is, and this time comes from Maduro's government. They apparently are cutting a deal. We don't know, we don't have the confirmation, but apparently they are confirming they are going for a deal of zero tariffs for products to China and from China. According to the manifest, it's around 400 products that will be basically tax-free, tariffs-free, coming to Venezuela, and that will be good news because we're gonna have more, very inexpensive Chinese widgets. That, of course, that's important. And apparently, those agreements, if they are reached, also apparently will be honored by the quote unquote transition team if such transition happens, of course. So either way, still I think is good news. And well, that will be all for today. Just your quick doses of news regarding Venezuela. Thanks again and have a nice day.